Hello, everyone, and welcome to A Balancing Act, the podcast devoted to helping families navigate memory loss and dementia. I'm Kelly Burtonshaw. Let's get started. Welcome back, everyone. I'm really excited about today's episode because we're going to open up a kind of toolbox, one you may not even realize you already have, filled with resources that can ease the daily burdens of caregiving and help keep your loved ones safe. Technology designed for older adults, people living with dementia, and their caregivers has exploded. There are gadgets, devices, apps, and websites that can offer so many different types of support. It's almost like having a personal assistant right at your side. Because caregiving isn't just about doing, it's about remembering when the last refill was, when the next scan is, who said what at which appointment. Family members often tell me it feels like taking on a second full-time job without weekends off. And on top of the exhaustion, there's that constant fear of missing something important, a medication dose, a doctor's instruction, or a fall that happens when you're not there. Yes, caregiving is difficult, but it doesn't have to feel crushing. Today, we're going to explore technology that doesn't just monitor. It lightens the load, it connects, it protects, and it brings back a sense of security for both you and your loved one. Now, whenever we talk about technology, we have to acknowledge resistance. Many older adults, especially in the early stages of dementia, push back against new devices. I think of one gentleman who absolutely refused to wear a medical alert pendant. He said, "That thing makes me look old." His daughter eventually tucked the same function into a watch he already loved wearing, and suddenly the problem was solved. Pride, embarrassment, or denial can all make it hard for your loved one to accept these tools. That's why introducing tech should feel gentle, not forced. And you can try it on a trial basis. Give it time. And remember, comfort with technology varies widely. Some people grew up on smartphones, while others have never touched a computer. Even caregivers themselves can feel overwhelmed by one more thing to learn. Add in the challenges of cost or unreliable internet access, and it can feel like another mountain to climb. But here's the encouraging part. Sometimes the simplest, most basic products are the most effective. A talking clock, a picture-based phone, a large button remote control can end up being game changers. And if you're not confident setting things like this up, many services and senior centers offer hands-on tech support. Because sometimes the best tool isn't the device itself, it's someone patient enough to walk beside you as you learn. Let's start with the daily grind, the part of caregiving that can leave you spinning plates in the air. Think about medication reminders. I remember a family who told me they used to rely on sticky notes on the fridge to track pills. It worked until it didn't. Missed doses, double doses, constant stress. Then they tried a medication app linked to a smart pill box. Now, the pill box lights up and it makes a sound when it's time for your mom's medication. And if she forgets, her whole family can get a quick notification. No more frantic guessing. Or take symptom tracking. One daughter told me she dreaded every neurology appointment because she could never remember exactly when her dad's memory got worse or how often he was waking up at night. She started logging those details. At the next appointment, She handed the doctor a report, and his response was, "This is gold." Imagine her relief. And then there's the scheduling circus. If you've ever been in a group text with 5 siblings trying to decide who's taking dad to the cardiologist, you know the chaos. A shared calendar app turns that chaos into clarity. Everyone sees the appointment at the same time. Everyone can sign up to help. One family told me it cut their text messages in half, and their arguments even more. And don't underestimate food delivery either. After a long day and you're just running on fumes, the last thing you want to do is to run to the grocery store or cook a meal for yourself or your loved one. One caregiver said, having groceries show up at the doors gave her back her evenings, and her loved one was taken care of. She called it the best $10 delivery fee I've ever spent. And then, of course, there are misplaced items. How many of you get those calls? I can't find my wallet. I can't find my keys. Location trackers can feel like little miracles. Attach one to the TV remote, and instead of a half-hour search party, you just press a button and hear the beep. Caregiving is never just about tasks, though. It's about maintaining the relationship. And technology can play a surprisingly beautiful role here. Take video calls. Many platforms now have a single button setup. One daughter told me her dad, who used to just get lost in menus and passwords on his phone, now presses one picture button to call her. The joy in his face when it works is priceless. Voice assistants, too, are more than just gadgets. A caregiver once told me she walked in to find her mother dancing in the living room because Alexa had been playing Sinatra. It wasn't just music. It was therapy, memory, joy. Her mother used Alexa every day to find out what the date was, what the weather was going to be like, and what was going on in the news. And there is some research coming out that suggests having a voice assistant can help with a loved one's feelings of isolation and depression. Even TV can become a connection tool. Simplified remotes with fewer buttons let your loved one watch their favorite shows without frustration. TVs and even cable services can be programmed so that your loved one is not constantly scrolling through hundreds of options. Less confusion for them, fewer tech support calls for you, and more shared enjoyment. Now let's shift to the tools that help us sleep better at night. Fall detection wearables, like watches or pendants, can be life-saving. I know of one man who fell in his garden, and within seconds his daughter got the alert. Without that watch, it might have been hours before someone found him. There are also smart home sensors that can alert you when a front door opens at 2 a.m. or the stove is left on too long. Automatic shut-off devices can keep small accidents from becoming emergencies. And cameras or apps that let you check in without being too intrusive can ease that constant caregiver worry. One listener told me he uses his dad's video doorbell as a quick way to check and see if his dad had gotten safely back inside after a walk. These are not just gadgets, they're peace of mind. And peace of mind, as every caregiver knows, is priceless. Okay, right now you might be thinking, this is just too much. And I want to pause here and say, that's normal. Technology can feel overwhelming, especially when you're already stretched thin. So start small. Pick the one problem that's weighing you down most right now. Maybe it's those missed meds. Maybe it's isolation. Solve that one and then move forward step by step. And remember, resources exist to help you choose. In today's show notes, I've included a list of trusted tools I've gathered over the years, plus links for even more ideas. You don't have to figure this out alone. Here's the thing. Technology is only part of the puzzle. You also need personal support. Think of building a tech network for yourself. Online caregiver groups, classes, forums, and even podcasts like this one. I've seen caregivers jump into late-night chat and instantly find 10 other people who say, "Yes, I've been there too." That sense of solidarity is technology at its best. Human connection made possible by a screen. And don't forget about you. Tech should give you back moments of rest. A mindfulness app for 5 minutes of calm. A gratitude journal app to track those good moments and the good days. Even a calming music playlist for your walk outside. These aren't luxuries. They're lifelines. So whether it's an app that delivers your loved one's groceries, a tracker that saves you from frantic searches, or a simple video call that brings a smile, technology can be a gentle partner in this journey. The right tools give you breathing space, connection, and reassurance that you are doing enough. And dear listener, you are. Give yourself credit. You are showing up in one of the hardest, most important roles there is. And I'll be with you every step of the way. If you have questions or stories of your own, I'd love to hear from you. You can message me on our Facebook page. The link is in the show notes. Tell me what tools have made a difference in your caregiving journey. Together, my dream is to build a community that always has each other's back. And finally, give yourself this grace. No one is perfect at this. No one. You're doing the best you can. You're doing it from a place of love. And that is enough. I'm Kelly Burtonshaw, and it was my pleasure spending time with you today. Please keep in touch.
Hi, I'm Peggy Wright, editor and producer of this podcast. We know that juggling your loved one's care while trying to manage your own life can truly become a balancing act. We want to help you as you navigate this journey by offering our support. You can reach out to us anytime by going to our Facebook page to ask questions, leave comments for Kelly, or talk with her one-on-one by setting up a chat. The link is in the show notes. And you can find us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what you hear, please take a moment to rate and review so we can continue to provide relevant content. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for listening today.